What's going on everyone, Ollelito back here with a brand new video on the channel. Today guys, we have something different. I'll need to take my cap on because my hair is an absolute mess. First of all, before we jump into today's video, I have this kind of package. I got this from Xbox. Means we have a bit of FIFA points. We have, you know, EA FC25 code. And I have a few codes left for EA FC25. So if you want to win an EA FC25 code, make sure to subscribe and write that you want to participate down in the comments, basically. So today, in today's video, I will be showing you guys my incredible 5-2-1-2 tactics. I've been playing with these the past 2-3 days. I know that my 4-4-2 are working perfectly fine, but these are my best 5-at-the-back custom tactics and roles. So let's just jump into today's video. So, first of all, we start off with the team. As you've seen in my previous video, of course, where I basically did a squad builder on my team, I finally got the main man R9. Managed to buy him for 13 million coins. First owner, won't probably sell him throughout the whole game. If we take a look at his price now, he is around the same price and he will be super important for me to play within qualifiers. The thing is now as well, you gotta take into consideration, when we play these ladders, we can play with lone players. So, that's why I have Jude Bellingham and Saliba in my team. And when I probably play weekly and stuff, I will most likely play maybe Romero or just a random center back there and then someone else for Bellingham next to Patrick Gujarro. But we start off then with the team: Courtois, Van Dijk, Rudiger, Saliba, Fernand Mendy and the new UEFA Champions League Frimpong. In the midfield we have Patrick Gujarro, Jude Bellingham, David Ginola as cam, R9 and Mbappe up top. So this is basically the team, and now we jump into the tactics and different player roles and stuff. So first of all, these are my tactics, then we will jump right into it. We start off with tactical preset custom. Formation should also be 5-2-1-2, which in my opinion is one of the best formations of the game at the moment. Build up style should be balanced. Defensive approach I have high at the moment. You can also manually adjust it to minimum 6-1 because I think it should be high at least. I'm playing it on 70 at the moment and it's working very well for me, especially the pressure play. So starting off with the roles then, we have Courtois. We're going to edit that. We will have sweeper keeper for Courtois. I think he's really good in terms of that. It says a modern goalkeeper who is able to stop attacks and support build up play as a passing option, which I think is really solid for Courtois. Of course, starting from the right, we have Jeremy Frimpong, and on this right side, I usually always play attacking wing back, and Frimpong is really good on the ball. So I would advise you guys to maybe get someone like Fernand Mendy, Hakimi, for example. Fernand Mendy plays on the left, of course. Theo Hernandez is really good, and maybe cheaper options if you don't really have the coins to be able to afford them. Hakimi is very cheap though, so I would advise you guys to get him. He is a perfect attacking wing back in a 5-back. Our 3 center backs, we're looking at physicality, pace, but also acceleration in terms of pace, and here also general defending, which is super important. So we start off with Rudiger, who has a defender plus, which is a non-nonsense center back who excels at the basic of defending, including maintaining a defensive line. In the middle, I have Virgil van Dijk. I could actually play ball playing defender on him, which says a modern center back who is comfortable playing offside as playing the ball, capable of moving forward or wider to support build-up play. I don't want to do that though, because the thing that the center back does then is that he is able to participate in build-up, which means the thing is that sometimes he's a bit too high up, and we know how button delay and in general how delayed the game is this year. So I was playing that kind of modern style center back, ball playing defender with him, but I was losing the ball so many times with him. So I just decided, okay, I'm going to go defender for him, and it's working much better for me because I don't really want him to be in the build up too much either, because his passing is not the greatest. Left center back, I just play Saliba, also has defender plus there for him, and the focus in general is to defend for them. So they are doing very well, these 3 center backs, probably the best 3 center backs on the game, really solid options. Left back, we play Fernand Mendy. Attacking wing back I have on him as well. I was actually playing just full back before, but I felt like I wanted to go a bit more forward, so I decided to actually go for attacking wing back in this case, and just balance on him in terms of focus. So him and Frimpong have exactly the same roles. If we move higher up the pitch then, this is where it becomes interesting. For Patrick Gujarro, I want Gujarro to be holding midfielder, pivotal role in modern football. This defense-minded midfielder focuses on guarding their backline during attacks and cover off against counterattacks with limited attacking support. And basically holding means that she helps up the build up a bit, which we like a lot, mainly because of these clips coming out. So for example, in the clip in the background, this is why we play Patrick Gujarro, mainly because of the long ball plus playstyle. So I would suggest you guys to actually play with someone that has the long ball plus playstyle. One of the best options for me is Bruno Fernandes. He's really good and is not worth a lot of coins in general. But if you have a bit of a higher budget, I would advise you guys to of course go with Patri. As you see here, once again, this is a long ball plus playstyle, which means that we can send one of the fullbacks, and this is in 4-back as well. Imagine that in 5-back when we have the fullbacks just running back and forth. to be able to get that width that you're looking for, because the two strikers will be more in the middle of the pitch, but we use this to our advantage as much as we can with Patrick Gujarro then. So we have exactly the same kind of chance or reason here. You see Patrick Gujarro, press L1 towards Llorente at the bottom there to make him run. Then we just wait for him. Look at the minimap when he's running, when he's beating that attacking line. That's when we do the L1 triangle. We automatically have a lot of space in behind, and we'll actually gain a penalty from this. Basically because we use the long ball pass to our advantage. Should probably not be a pen, but it is. And this is basically because of the long ball plus playstyle with Patrick Gujarro. So as I said, I would advise you guys to always have at least one of the midfielders that is really good with passing, because that will help you a lot in build up in the 5-back. Okay, so the player next to her, Jude Bellingham, in this case is playing as a box-to-box, and focus is on balanced. Of course, I could play something else on him, but I think box-to-box is the best one for him. As it says, this player operates between the two boxes, operating as neither the last line of defense nor the final part of attack, but involved in everything in between, which is really important, because we want him to run back and forth and to create that kind of space, both for Ginola, Mbappe and R9, but also for Mondi and Frimpong. So trying to just make some good runs in behind. Ginola, I play as playmaker, but I've also been experiencing some issues with that, so I tried actually to play him as a shadow striker, and it means an attacking minor midfielder who plays in the hole behind the strikers. Their well-timed runs into the box will result in plenty of goal-scoring opportunities, which is really solid. But at the same time, playmaker says this player tends to be the creative fulcrum of a midfield, given license to roam and create space and opportunities for attack, likely to be out of position if the opposition counters. So doesn't really matter too much if he's out of position when the opposition counters, but it's still very important to have him run a lot of times, and you need to manually trigger Ginola with L1, so he makes creative runs in behind and pushes the opponent's defense down. That's one of the most important things in this formation. Left striker Kylian Mbappe, playing him on advanced forward, a versatile attacker who usually stays close to the opposition's defensive line, but opens themselves up for passing the build-up and makes runs in behind for scoring chances. And for R9, I actually play him on false 9 at the moment, which is a very important thing here, because positioned in the forward line, this player drops deep to dictate the play in the space in front of defense. This also allowed them to contribute towards the defensive phase of the game. I think false 9 is a really good role, especially I find it very easy to build up when I have this on R9, and he offers a lot of short passes when I'm coming on that right hand side with Frimpong, for example. And it also says focus on build up here. With build up, the false 9 will drop back from the opposition's defense and operate as a playmaker leading attacks, and that's why we also want maybe Ginola to make these runs in behind, because if R9 is coming to drop deep down, Ginola is making these great runs in behind, for example. This is a great clip showing why the 5-back is so goddamn good. We have these 5 defenders in a line, but also this formation is really good in terms of counterattacks. You see, I find Mbappe, I see that the space is open, I just do the speed boost and then manages to score from this. So this is basically a very good formation in terms of actually going forward, but also of course in terms of defense, because that's the main priority when you play a 5-back. Once again, with the 5-2-1-2, you can see that you can put some really good pressure, and in this kind of clip we put some really good pressure with Ginola and R9, and this is why they work so well together, finding Mbappe and scoring. But if we take a look back and going more into detail with this, you see that we find Mondi from the first part. From here, you always want to go inside with a 5-2-1-2, but you also want to make Mondi run, because you need that kind of width for your team. So Mondi is going to be a slash winger slash left back, of course. In this case, you see, I'm making him run. Unfortunate pass, doesn't matter too much, but try to take your players back and try to make it as compact as possible. And if your opponent is in these kind of sequences, then you want to put pressure on him. And when I see here Mbappe is in plenty of space, here I just need to pass Mbappe and score to make it 5-3. But it's super important to try to put some manual pressure on your opponent, because you are allowed in 5-back to actually pull players out of position, because you will still have that kind of extra defender when they are trying to attack. If you miss a tackle, for example, if you win the tackle, you have a good chance of scoring, because you will have a good counter-attacking opportunity. Once again here, you see that I'm really close to getting through. That came from me just winning the ball with one defender and actually just playing it up to the striker and then try to accelerate the tempo from there. So if you want to copy these tactics, that's the code at the bottom. I will zoom it in for you guys so you can copy it. Let me know down in the comments if these tactics work for you. They've been working very well for me in EFC 25. Once more, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this kind of tactics, let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, as I said, to enter the giveaway, and let me know why you should win these giveaway with some FIFA points and actually a EFC 25 code from Xbox. So yes, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. You guys are the greatest. Thank you so much for the support recently. See you guys soon. Bye bye.